All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ, to all of you. Uh, this video is just to show you that Muslims they don't question Christianity because they have questions. Muslims are copy paste people, and they don't know their religion, neither they knew ours. It is something I witness for every day. Ignorant in their own, ignorant in ours. The same exactly their God, who do not even know what the Trinity of Christianity is about. The same exactly as their prophet, who know nothing about Christianity, neither about the Jews. The same as their prophet, who he say or he claimed that Jesus is the nephew of Moses, and both of them they have the same grandfather. Oh, sorry, Mary and Moses they have the same father. His name is Umran. In front of us, a female Muslim. Her name is Zuha. Zuha, she is saying, and we read together. Answer this. Book of Genesis, chapter, verse number 1, 19, 13. Earth was created on the 3 days. Book of Genesis 14, 19. The sun and the moon was created in the 4th day. Science tell us that Earth is part of a parent body, sun. How can Earth be created before the sun? Is that scientific? I will stop here. Here we see that Muslims, when they ask questions, they not only they prove to us that there is a lot of foolishness and ignorance. They are just she just spit on her Quran, and she just left Islam, because it is your religion who says that the earth was created before the sun. If we go in the Quran, we find the following. I cannot really find the reasons for the ignorance, except ignorance is more popular. It is he who created for you all that on earth. Then he went to the sky and he made them 7 heaven. This is your Quran. So you silly, you just said the Quran cannot be true book, because in your Quran the earth was created first. If we go to different verse, not only that, the Quran contradict itself. In one verse the Quran says that Allah created the trees and the waters and the grass before the stars. In different chapters he says the opposite. Let us see this. Chapter 41, verse number 11. It says, and I'm reading your own Islamic translation, not mine. Say, Muhammad, do you verily disbelieve in him who created the earth in 2 days? And he set revival wherever on him, and then he placed therein on earth firm mountains. According to Quran, Allah he placed the mountains in the top of the earth, because the earth is like a sheet, and he says why? Because the earth will move like a sheet, because it's going to fly unless he put the mountains top. Like the Quran, it's like you have a table in the beach and you have too much wind, so we have put 4 rocks in the side to make the sheet stable and will not fly. And then he placed firm mountains in the above of it. And different verse he says why, so it's not going to move on you. And then he says, and then he went to the sky and the sky was a smoke, which means totally was nothing. And then he completed and he finished them. By the way, this is the Muslim translation, not mine, which is funny and silly, but I'm reading whatever they have. In 2 days, and he gave the heaven its affairs. And then he made the stars. So the last thing in Islam is the stars. So this Muslimah, this beautiful Muslimah, she is saying this is really stupid. And she is complaining about the Bible, saying that the sun was created in the 4th day. How that can be? If we go back to her comment, just for a laugh, you will see she say more. She say Book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse number 11, 13. Vegetation was created in the 3rd day. Book of Genesis 1, 14, 19. Sun in the 4th day. How come vegetation came before sun, as vegetation requires sunlight? So this Abdullah, she agreed that there is no way the vegetation they can live without the sunlight, or light at least. You see, you are an ignorant. If you go in the book of Genesis, you will see the first thing God, he said, let be light, and light was. So there is light. God provided light before he created the sun. That's because of ignorance. Now I want to go with you. You just said, how can the sun be created in the 4th day, and the vegetation came before the sun? But this is exactly what the Quran is saying. The Quran is saying that Allah created the vegetation before all the stars to be created, not only the sun. And just to help you, I will give you a hand. I will go to your prophet, the prophet of the Abdul. He is the best to speak stand up comedy. Read carefully with me and try not to laugh at what you just said to us. And now this Muslimah, she will delete her comment after she watches this video, and she will regret saying what she said. Muhammad is talking now. This is not a Christian prince. This is not any Abdul. Please stand up, show respect. The prophet, he been taught everything by Allah, which means he went to the most high school ever. He don't have a PhD, he don't speak, he don't even know how to write his name, but he knew everything because Allah told him. Allah the exalted, the glorious, created the clay in Saturday. The first day is what? Saturday. If you go to Zakir Naik, he says, brother Tita, the Quran says Allah created the earth and the heaven in 6 days. But 6 days means 6 period. It's not 6 days like 24 hours. What a liar. Even your prophet, he called it Saturday, you idiot. What a liar. And he claimed those are millions of years. It is Saturday. And then he created the mountains on Sunday. Please take a note. I hope this Muslim actually will watch this video, and she will decide to leave Islam. Already actually she did, because she is denying that such a thing can be accepted. So the first thing Allah created is the clay. Clay? Why the clay? I mean, what does that mean? What does that mean? The clay where dust? Well, clay, it's a clay. If you say clay, that's mean water and dust. It's not just even water, but this is contradiction for what he said later. So the first day is Saturday, and it is a clay. The second day it is Sunday, and the mountains are created. And the third day he created the trees. You remember? She said how the trees is created before the sun. How the vegetation is created before the sun. This is what she said. Your prophet saying exactly the same now. The trees created until now there's no sun. Then in Monday he created things entirely in labor. Do you see it? This is Monday. In Tuesday he created the light. So how many days we have now? She complained about the Bible creating the sun. Let us go back. Let us go back to her comment. Let me zoom in so you guys can read better the text, because YouTube text is small. The sun in the fourth day. In the fourth day, how can vegetation came before the sun, as vegetation requires sunlight? You asked a question to your prophet. In my Bible, we have no problem, because the first thing God created, he said, let be light, and light was. We have light already. The sun is not the only source of the light according to the Bible. According to your prophet and according to the Quran, when the vegetation was created, the last thing Allah in the Quran created the stars, and we show you the verse chapter. If you forgot, we can remind you. Chapter 41, verse number 12. The last stage of a creation, Allah, He created the stars. If we go in the hadith, which have proven Muhammad to be a liar, because how come he don't match even what he say in the Quran? Here Muhammad, he claimed that in the fourth day the light was created. Now remember, Abdullah, you said that this is unscientific, and obviously you are saying this is stupid. So I want you to be consistent, and I want you to write down under this video that your prophet must be stupid too. I mean, be honest. If creating the light in the fourth day in the Bible is stupid, that's meaning creating the light in the Quran and in Islam in the fourth day is stupid too. But you will never see her posting such a comment, because they are hypocrite people. And not only that, the Quran says that Allah created the earth and the heaven in 6 days. But if you count the days here, you will find that the total is 7. Starting from Saturday, ending with a Friday afternoon. In a Friday afternoon, Allah created Adam, and Adam said to him, finish me, Allah, before the sun set. I'm not going to ask you how Adam he knew about the sunset, and the guy is not even created yet. But this is the funny prophet. He say funny stuff, and Islam is a funny religion, so we have to laugh. I wanted just to make this video to show you that Muslims, they don't really have an argument because your book does not make sense. They just have an argument to argue. If this women, if those Muslims, they knew, by the way, I don't blame her. Someone like Didat, a Muslim, they think Didat is a big shot. Didat, he said the same thing. He said, how in your Bible it says that the sun created in the fourth day? Didat. And those Christians who are debating Didat, this is why Didat, he chooses carefully. He debate who? He debate people who do not know anything about Islam. The day he debated Anis Sharoush, and Anis Sharoush, he humiliated him. Didat never debated him again. This is why they want to debate specifically Western American, but not Arab. So Didat, he made the same stupid question, proving to us that Didat, he's just made fun of Allah, how the sun can be created in the fourth day. So how the vegetation live? But as you see, it is your prophet who is saying that the sun was created in the fourth day. And not only that, the Quran is making it even more far. The Quran says in chapter 41 that the last thing Allah created was the stars. However, this is nothing but a contradiction for other verses in the Quran. While in chapter 41, verse number 12, it says that the last thing Allah created, it was the stars. If we go to chapter 79, we will find the opposite. the order of a creation is totally different, proving to us that the one who fabricated the Quran is nothing but a liar. Chapter 79, verse number 27. Allah, He created the skies first. Number 2, He raised the sky up. How He can raise the sky? Where is the sky? I was. then He made the night and the day. So now He created the light. See, day and night. And then after that He started working in the earth. And after that He brought forth the water and the substance of the earth. And after that He put the mountains. But look, this is totally the total opposite order from chapter 41. In chapter 41, Allah created first the earth in 2 days. Then He placed the mountains, and He created all the measured of the earth, which mean water, grass, everything, in 4 days. And then He went to the sky, and the sky was a smoke. And then He went in the sky. After He went there, He created 7 heaven, and He created the stars. But this is totally the opposite of what it says in chapter 79. And here we notice clear evidence that the Quran is nothing but a silly book. It cannot be the book of God. It cannot be a book of Mickey Mouse. It cannot even be convincing for a child. He is 6 years old. Now the Muslims, they will try to play games to say, oh, he meant etc. Brother, the earth was created and they worked there and he came back. This doesn't, don't be a foolish. It's clear. Chapter 79 making it clear that Allah, He created the sky, and then He raised up the sky, which is silly, and then He made the day and the night, which means the stars already created, and then after that He started working in the earth, and after that He put the water and the grass, and after that He put the mountains. But in that chapter, totally the opposite. I mean, how many times when you have to repeat it? They are slow. So how you Muslims always copy paste? It's a copy paste nation. Nobody read. Not only their prophet is ignorant, they are ignorant too. Not only their prophet is illiterate, and by the way, even this illiterate thing is a stupid statement, because nowhere it says that Muhammad do not know how to write, how to read. Muslims are ignorant even about their own cult. If you go in the Quran, you will find the following: the illiterate in the Quran, illiteracy is not about not knowing how to write, how to read. It's about not knowing the true God and not having a prophet and the book of God. If we go if you go in the Quran, you will see the Quran, how the Quran get them busted with their silliness. They are silly. They don't even know their religion. In chapter 2, verse number 78, it says clearly who is the one illiterate. And there are among them Jews and literate people. So, okay, there's minimum. There's some of them. There's illiterate people. And by the way, doesn't say the word Jews. This is their claim. But the one who do not know the book is the one who don't have a book. If you go to different verse, or the one who did not learn the book, if you go in the Quran, you will see the Quran divide the people into major category. The Ummiyin, which mean those who don't have a book, and those who don't have a book. Read carefully. So if they dispute with you between two bracket Muhammad, anything between two bracket does not exist. This is fabrication. Say I have submitted, it doesn't say submitted. It says I surrender myself to Allah. I mean, this translation is horrible. And they say who were given the scriptures, the Jews and the Christians. It doesn't say those who are giving the scriptures. Let me change the translation because it says people of the book. There's a huge difference between saying those who've been giving the scriptures and saying people of the book. And I will tell you why. Because those who are giving the scriptures, it can be anyone. But those who've been given the book, because remember the Quran claimed that there's many prophets came before. The people of the book is a term, it's inclusive for the Christians and the Jews only. Here we go. We change the translator. Look what happened. Everything changed. This is why I say never accept a Muslim translation. They always fabricate. And they say the people of the book and those who they are unlearned. What is the word unlearned? Al-Ummiyin. This is the word the Muslim they say, well, the prophet he was called Ummi. Ummi because he don't have a book, you idiot. Not because he do not know how to write, how to read. So there's two kind of people exist in the Quran. There's people who they are unlearned. Unlearned about what? Writing and reading? No. Unlearned about God. And there's people who they are learned about God. This is why they call them people of the book. As simple as that. But as I said, they are silly. They do not know what their book even is about. Copy, paste, nation. Nobody understand what he's talking about. Well, he can call me tomorrow. I'm not really, it's too late now. I'm not going to take any call. It's almost 2 a.m. in the morning for me, and I have my 4 wives waiting for me in the bedroom. And for my 4 mother-in-law, they are, you know, they will be upset. I'm a Muslim. Alhamdulillah. This is the only thing they know. I'm a Muslim. Anything you ask them a question about Islam, I'm a Muslim. The second you ask them a question, you know, Allah knows best. Okay, this is Allah. Where do you get this from? I'm a Muslim. The Prophet, he said the sunset in murky water, I'm a Muslim. Show them the proof that how someone written the Quran. My friend, there's no Quran. What written the Quran? There's no Quran written. Do you see this? I mean, if you read the Quran, you will see there's nothing. I mean, like you see, if you want to read about how the earth is created in the book and the Bible, you go to the book of Genesis. That's it. You find it where this is like a not even yellow pages. The story doesn't match. There's nothing like the whole chapter. What is the connection between this chapter, this verse, and the verse before it? Nothing. Nothing. What? This is a book? This is not a book. I will give you an example. Try not to laugh. In chapter 5, suddenly Allah start talking about food. Okay. And he said to them, I forbid for you to eat from this and this. But why? Nobody knows. If you ask the Muslims why Allah forbidden you from eating this, if you ask the Jews, they give you the reasons. Muslims do not know. Oh, okay. Allah forbid us from eating this and this and this and this. Okay. And then suddenly he says, look at this. This day I have perfected your religion for you, completed my favor upon you. This day, just because you said to us we can eat hummus and we cannot eat falafel, Islam completed this day. But remember, this is the chapter 5, verse number 3. This is in the beginning of the Quran. So how chapter 5 verse number 3 it says that today I completed Islam for you? So Islam completed by saying to us it's halal to eat hummus. It's not okay to eat pork. That's it. Islam is completed. This verse to be accurate, or this sentence have to be the last verse in the Quran. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you guys understand me? In order for this verse to be accurate, it have to be the last verse. Jesus, when he was on the cross, he said it complete. It makes sense. What is this? Complete when? Complete after saying to us you cannot eat falafel? There's a Muslim, he have many ayahs to get me busted, my friend. Go watch my videos. What? Okay, do you feel like you want to call me, Mr. The one who have many ayah? Do you feel like you want to call me? Do you feel like now you want to get me busted, or tomorrow? Don't play dead now. Where is the guy? He have many ayah want to get me busted. He will stop moving his tail now. So look at this stupid, there's no way. Imagine you are reading my books, and then I say to you in page number 2, thank you for reading my book, and today I perfected my book for you, thank you very much. And then after that I start saying to you tons of things. How this can be from God? The Quran is like let us say a teacher. He have like he was writing like a book, or let us say a brochure or something, and he have it in a table, and then suddenly somebody opened the door and he is next to the window, and then the wind pushed all the papers, and then a kid, he collect the papers and he put them together. So page number one became in the end, page number end became at the front, and it's messed up. So when a Muslim he speak about Islam, we laugh. When he speak about Christianity, we laugh even more. The same as this woman, she is questioning how in the Bible it says that the sun is created in the 4th day, while her prophet says that the sun was created in the 4th day, while her Quran says that the sun was created in the last day, while in different verse in the Quran says that the sky was created first, and then after that Allah created the stars. Total contradiction. Always remember that today we have this guy. You remember a few hours ago called us. His name is Fadi. I feel sorry for him. This poor guy, he is desperately trying to defend his cult. And the second he have no idea what to say, he said, I don't know what to say about this one. I do not know what to say about this one. No, this is not age, my friend. The Muslims, they copy paste all of them. They all you will find somebody. I just told you this is a question. This is she is not. This is not. Those are not her question. Those are Didat. This is the stupid Didat. Didat was 14 years old. This is exactly what Didat he said. Muslims, they are copy paste people. They don't even read. They do not know how to read. So and by the way, like if you ask the Muslims, I mean, how Muhammad he says such a stupid thing here? Because look at this. Muhammad he claimed that Allah created Adam Friday afternoon. Correct? Okay, Friday in the morning, what he was doing? Why Allah he went to he took a nap? I mean, look at the details Muhammad he give you. It's very funny. He created Adam Friday afternoon. He didn't say Friday. No, no, no. It's Friday afternoon. Okay. From the morning until afternoon, what Allah was doing. Why Friday afternoon? Because here he says to us that he caused animals and spread them, etc. in Thursday. Okay, we got that. So Thursday, Allah was busy. All right. And then he created Adam Friday afternoon. So what happened? Where was what happened that day, the whole day? All right. And to make it more funny, Muhammad, he claimed that when Adam was created, or in the process of a creation, Adam, he said to Allah, finish me before the sunset. This is why the Quran says وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ عَجُولًا. If you go to the interpretation, you can go and read Ibn Kathir if you want, chapter 17 verse number 11. You will see in Ibn Kathir and many other explanation, they quote Muhammad saying from the hadith that when Allah created Adam, and Allah, he breathed into Adam, and the breath of Allah came down forward from his head down. Before the breath of Allah arrived to his foot, Adam, he opened his eyes and he starts staring at his body, and he wanted to move his limbs, but he could not. So he said to Allah, Allah, finish me before the sunset. But Muhammad, he cannot explain how in the world Adam, he knew about the sunset. The guy is just in the process of creation. Imagine, I did not finish you yet, and then you say to me, and not only that, Adam, he sneezed. You believe it? Adam, he sneezed, and then Adam, he said, Alhamdulillah. I mean, Adam, he speak Arabic. Adam, he sneezed, and he said in Arabic, Alhamdulillah. Right? Amelia, are you a female? Are you a female, Amelia? Okay, I have an offer for Amelia. Are you willing to call me Amelia? Are you willing to call me? Are you there? You are calling me names. I'm not blocking you, but I can show everybody that you are really foolish. Are you willing to call me? Why you don't like Matthew chapter 5? Compare the Matthew chapter 5 with this garbage. It's a book of wisdom. What's your problem with Matthew 5:18-19? Can you tell me so we can laugh at you, or maybe you can laugh at us? Are you there? Madness. Let me play for you Matthew, just to bless our soul with the wisdom of the Lord. Shall we? Listen carefully.
Matthew 5. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth, and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
Look at the beautiful teaching. Look at the beautiful talking. Look at the beautiful talking, and look at Allah saying to them, today I perfected your religion for you because you cannot eat falafel. Listen to this and compare to the madness in the Quran. While Jesus is blessing everybody, the Quran is cursing everybody.
Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy.
Allah the merciful, right? Allah the merciful, who said, kill them wherever you find them, chop their fingers, torture them, put nails in their eyes, crucify them, cut their hands. Blessed the merciful. Allah is not blessed, neither Muhammad. They are evil.
Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God.
Was Muhammad a peacemaker? Or Allah, he ordered him to kill everybody unless he convert to Islam? He said, I've been ordered to fight all mankind until they say the Shahada, and they pray as we pray, and they slaughter as we slaughter, and they pay the zakat. They have to pay him money, and then and only then I will stop shedding their blood. Blessed be the peacemaker.
Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake.
We are blessed, my friend. You are not. You are not. You are the one who persecute the Christians. I just saw the news in Burkina Faso. Christians are looking for refuge. They are attacking their churches. They are shooting them in the street. You kill us, we are blessed, and you are doomed.
For theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye, when men shall revile you and persecute you.
Look at this ignorant here, Fadi Harun. He said that according to the Bible, it says, you think I came to make peace on earth? No, I came to separate between the Father and the Son. You see how stupid you are? He is saying that those who follow me, they will be persecuted. He said time will come and people will think by killing you they are doing favor to God. He said they will persecute you. So you are silly and you are stupid like your prophet. You take a verse, read the verse after it, and you see what exactly he's talking about. But silly, you are a Muhammadan. What you can do? You cannot change because you are a Muhammadan. You have a demon inside you. You are not honest. In there, did Jesus kill anyone? Did he take a sword? Did he have an army? I mean, you are being silly and stupid. What he meant there, that you Muslims will kill us, that people will bring us out of the synagogue and they will put us to death. It is not the Christians who would do that. Shame on you. You are a coward like your prophet. Disgusting.
And shall say all manner of evil against you falsely, for my sake. Rejoice, and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost his savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out, and to be trodden under foot of men. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works, and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
You see a difference between the teaching of Christ? While Muhammad was allowing Muslims to do mut'ah and rent Muslim women in the elevator for 5 minutes for sex, Jesus was ordering everybody who follow him, and he made it clear. Not everyone says to me, God will enter the kingdom of my Father, but the one who do his will. We don't believe in stupid shahada. We don't believe in the bribing God, give him donation. We don't believe by saying 2 words, our sin forgiven. Not everyone says to me, God. Islam is a silly cult. Muhammad, he says, if you touch a black stone, touching them, kissing them, that erase your sin, because he's a pagan. Muhammad, he says, if you repeat Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah 33 times or 30 times, that will forgive your sin. If you say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar 30 times, Allah will forgive your sin. If you say Bismillah, 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 Allah will forgive your sin. stupidity, cult, ritual, but no spirit and no value. Voodoo. Repeat this after me. Let us do voodoo. It's a stupid voodoo. This is why we cannot really compare between the teaching of Christ and the silly Quran. Quran is actually the word silly is an insult to silly. Somebody is silly, he might be angry from me. This donkey never answered the questions. My friend, why you keep using the word donkey? Let me tell you who is the donkey. The Quran says that the donkey is the one who carry a book and he don't understand it, and that is you. Because you pray to Allah, you read a book in Arabic, but your language is not Arabic. So you pray to Allah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, A'udhu billah, and you ask you, what does that mean? You do not know. Isn't it the Quran says that those who carry books, they are the same as donkey? Who is the donkey here? When we ask you about any verse in the Quran, you says Allah knows best. And then we go to the interpretation, we will find that every Muslim interpretation give us different interpretation from the previous scholar. Why? Because Allah knows best. Do you know why? Because this is a book carried by donkeys. Nobody understand. And even you say to us that Muhammad was illiterate. So that is perfectly a donkey. A guy who brought us a book, but he himself cannot read it. Have you ever heard of such a stupid story like this before? He brought us the book, but he himself cannot read it. Do you believe it? And you are calling me donkey. And by the way, your prophet, he married a woman, her last name is Jahsh, which means donkey. And your prophet last name is Kilab, which means dogs. So what's wrong with you? And Fadi Harun, his last name is cat. Ask him. This is what Harun means. I mean, what's wrong with you? Quran is a zoo. You can call me names, but you cannot answer me. And you know what? You cannot even make a donkey, even though that Muhammad, he claimed that animals, they converted to Islam. But a donkey is smarter than believing in whatever is mentioned in the Quran. Who in the Quran can believe in this madness? Let's see what Harun is saying. Allah told us to study the Quran. Come on, Abdul, what study the Quran? You see, you idiot. You idiot, you are a certified idiot. Guys, today, Fadi, didn't he say to us that the scholars of Islam who explain chapter 86, verse number 7 and 6, they get it wrong? Did he say that? Did he say those scholars, they did not do the right thing? Okay, so now the scholars of Islam, who they are scholars, did they study the Quran? Yes, and they come with the wrong conclusion according to you. So how silly studying the Quran is. Or maybe you're just admitting that the Quran is a silly book, stupid book, very confusing book. Aren't you the one who says to us, the scholars, they get it wrong? But all your scholars were against you today. All of them. And suddenly you became a scholar. You were the one who do not even know how to pronounce your prophet name correctly. Hypocrites. Study the Quran. You study the Quran. How you can study the Quran? Your prophet himself, he says in the Quran, nobody understands the Quran. Let us show you what the Quran says about understanding the Quran. Unbelievable. What a comedy. All right. This Quran, according to Muhammad, full of stuff nobody knows what it means save Allah. And if you seek the meaning, the true meaning of the Quran, you are making fitna, which means you are causing trouble. Don't seek the meaning. Please don't try to seek the meaning. If you try to seek the meaning of the Quran, you are causing the trouble. This is what fitna mean. How in the world you said to me that the Quran, we've been ordered to study the Quran, but the Quran is saying to you that those who seek their meaning, they are seeking trouble and seeking for its hiding meaning, but none knows the hiding meaning save Allah. I mean, who is the stupid here? Allah, He sent us a book. Nobody knows the meaning of it save Allah. Well, nice to meet you, Allah. I'm going to give you now a verse. Nobody knows what it means save a Christian prince. So why you are sending me the book? The brother and sister, I'm going to give you a book, and that book nobody knows the meaning of it save Allah. And the brother, in order to be knowledgeable in Islam, you say I believe. The Quran says that the scholars is the only one who says we believe, not the one who understand. Do you see it? You see it? Those are the scholars. The one who believe in the clear and unclear doesn't matter. Clear and unclear doesn't matter. Clear and unclear, it doesn't matter. And this is called a scholar. I want to be a Muslim. I want to get the versions. You know what? You will go to the heaven. You will not find any versions, my friend. I'm assure you they will have something really horrible. They are not versions. They are not. They might even have a tail. What a crazy religion. This is God. But because Muhammad is a thief, they ask him, what do you mean in here? He do not know. You see, if you write a book or you bring something and it's not yours, you cannot answer. I cannot explain because it's not your idea. It's not your knowledge. It is something you stole from somebody else. So ask me not. I don't know. Only Allah knows. And why Allah will not give me verses and chapters and Quran? And the funny, in the same Quran, Allah He says, and this is the book we explain in details. We explain in details, and you are saying to me that this book have a lot of things nobody knows what they mean. So what you are, and He is saying to us, the purpose of those verses, brother, to cause a trouble. What? So the Quran is not a book of guidance. The Quran is the book of trouble. This is what the verse saying. Those who seek the hiding meaning of them, they are trying to cause fitna, problems, division. Don't seek the meaning of them. This is how stupid the Quran. Anyway, guys, don't forget to download the video. I'm not going to stay longer. It's already 2 a.m. in the morning here in my time. And as you know, it is Ramadan. So I have to eat a big turkey. We Muslims, we fast, brother. We sleep all day and we eat all night. What a fasting. This is why in the month of Ramadan, the price of food goes so crazy, skyrocketing in Islamic countries. And Muslims, they gain weight, and a lot of them, they have heart attack because they disturb the system of their body and they are eating wrongly and they exceed the limit of how much you eat. They claim that they are fasting, but the fact it is a food month. This is the truth. Hypocrite, hypocrisy. It is the month of hypocrisy. No one is fasting. They are eating more, getting more fat, more violence. Thank you very much for being here. If you'd like to learn more about the cult of Islam, don't forget to read my books. You can search for them in Amazon. Depending on your country, we have my books in many languages, including Spanish, English, German, you name it. And actually soon we will publish 2 more books in German and 1 more book in Spanish. So we will have 2 books in Spanish. And if you have a friends, please tell them. And I'm so glad that Muslims are buying and reading my books. And it's very exciting to see a lot of Muslims learning about their cult and they are leaving Islam. And I'm so happy to see that happening. And I pray that those who watch our videos, they be honest with themselves for a minute. What I showed you today is a clear evidence that Islam is a cult. It's false. Somebody's asking me, did you see the video of Imam Tawhidi and David Wood? No, I'm not going to see it too. I saw an icon for it in YouTube and the recommendation, but I'm not going to watch it because this guy Tawhidi is just a scam. He's a false man. He prays taqiyya. He's a Shia. Shia, if the Muslim they lie 100%, Shia they lie 1000%. Never, never, never trust a word they say to you. They are Shia. Even two Shia, when they speak to each other, they say to each other, are you doing taqiyya with me, or you are speaking honest now? Shia don't even believe Shia. They don't even believe each other. So what Tawhidi? And what make this guy Imam? Imam. And the funny, he was making fun of the violence of the Sunni. His Ali, he burned people alive. He burned them alive. His Imams, they say, the Ali, he said, kill those who change their religion. Liars, my friend. Shia. Welcome to Iran, the country of hate. Every day in the morning they say death to America, death to Israel. So Tawhidi is the only Shia is different. What is that? No, they are playing taqiyya. He live in the West. Take him to Qum, take him to Iran, and you will see he will make a different speech. Hypocrite. All of them, they are the same. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. May the Lord bless you. And until we see you again, I will give you today a vacation. Today is Sunday, and maybe God is willing, Monday I will be back. But you never know. I might get excited by somebody, a Muslim. He challenged me for something, so I might come back. Sometimes I cannot resist the temptation of the foolishness of Islam. Foolishness, unbelievable, amazing. Sometimes I ask myself, how God he created those? I mean, people who want to commit suicide to get virgins. Yeah, right. She's waiting for you. Cut yourself pieces. Yeah, she will take you there and she will glue you together. And she will look for your private part. The first thing she will find after you explode yourself is your private penis. Flying in the wind. She will snatch it with no mercy. What a stupid cult. Garbage in, garbage out, my friend. That is Islam. Thank you very much. Don't forget to download the video. Christ is Lord. Islam is false. And see you soon again. Bye-bye.